Attackers drained 116,500 rsETH, worth about $290 million, from KelpDAO's LayerZero-powered bridge on April 18. The million KelpDAO hack angle matters because the damage is not just the stolen rsETH. It is the confidence shock across DeFi plumbing. The tension is whether cross-chain bridge exploit turns into a durable change or simply a sharp data point. That is why the first read should stay close to the confirmed numbers: 290 M drained, 13 B outflows, and the immediate checkpoint around 116,500 rsETH. For a security story, scope and containment matter as much as the first loss number, because trust depends on what was isolated and what still needs repair. The reason to keep watching is that the next checkpoint can change the meaning of the first move. The baseline matters because the fallout triggered more than $13 billion in DeFi value outflows within 48 hours, including large Aave withdrawals and frozen rsETH markets. The key baseline details are Aave freeze and LayerZero DVN, which give the story scale without requiring speculation. This scene grounds the viewer before the mechanism takes over. If the baseline changes, the rest of the story changes with it, because the consequence depends on whether those confirmed details keep holding. The most important baseline split is between what is already visible and what still needs confirmation from the next public signal. That scope keeps the segment focused on the mechanism that actually changes outcomes. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Mechanically, the attack reportedly compromised verifier RPC nodes, forced failover to poison endpoints, and got a fabricated transaction approved. That is the working engine behind million KelpDAO hack, and it explains why the event cannot be read only as a surface move. In this case, the mechanism connects 290 M drained with 116,500 rsETH. When that connection weakens, the story becomes less about the initial number and more about whether the system, market, or policy process can absorb stress. That mechanism is the reason a viewer should watch process quality, not just the largest number in the story. The practical effect lands on the breach hit bridge trust, lending market confidence and institutional comfort with tokenized finance infrastructure. For viewers, the useful question is who actually has to react: users, traders, issuers, regulators, operators, or institutions. Here, KelpDAO sits at the center of that reaction, while KelpDAO shapes the next practical step. The consequence is strongest where the event changes access, trust, liquidity, compliance planning, or the cost of making a decision. That makes the impact measurable through behavior, not through hype around the topic. The unresolved part is LayerZero and KelpDAO dispute responsibility for the security setup, so the configuration blame is not fully settled. That limit matters because the confirmed facts do not automatically prove the most aggressive interpretation. The safer split is to treat 13B outflows as established context, while leaving the unresolved part open until a stronger signal appears. That keeps the story useful without turning a partial data point into a conclusion. The open point should remain separate from the confirmed facts until a filing, market move, patch, data release, or official action closes the gap. If later evidence changes the read, the story should adjust around that evidence. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The next signal is fund tracing, recovery cooperation, and whether single-verifier configurations are removed across connected apps. For million KelpDAO hack, that is the point where the story either gains confirmation or stays stuck as an unresolved market, policy, security, or adoption question. The practical readout is to follow 116,500 rsETH alongside the supporting details, Lazarus claim and 290 M drained. If that next signal arrives, the story moves. If it does not, the only confirmed position is the one already visible in the evidence. The viewer should leave with one concrete checkpoint, not a prediction about where the market or policy process must go.